look of his photos. So we're waiting for Matt Halders to join. There he is, Mr.
Look at
Halders.
that. Just right on time, wasn't it?
What's this?
This is a result of our current situation.
Oh my goodness. You said that to me last time, but that was about 5 months ago.
This is 3 haircuts and it still looks like this.
I'm pretty impressed, actually. That's quite
Not bad,
quite. But have you done anything with it?
No, I just got out of the shower about 10 minutes ago.
That is looking. How are you, Matt?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. How's LA?
It's fine. It's one of them surprisingly gloomy days today, but I'm not going to complain about it.
Oh, God. Well, like I said, you probably heard me say this. I actually didn't understand what the numbers meant. In fact, already I'm looking at the top there. There's 2,484 people in here now. Yeah. Seriously, why are you so popular? Is it you or me they've come to see?
I think it's you, Mike.
I think it must be. But you don't do these, do you, Matt?
No, I've never. This is my second one. The first one was with you as well.
Well, first of all, that's to you. Thank you for that. Why don't you you just don't like doing them, or?
I think I'm just better at answering questions than volunteering information. Like, I've got nothing to say, like, day to day. Like, do you want to know what I had for breakfast? You know, it's like, I mean, people do, I suppose, but I'm just,
Well, what did you have for breakfast?
Actually, I did a bit of a workout, and then I had peanut butter on toast.
Okay, very good. Well, there you go. We've got that one out of the way now for all the fans. I've got a couple of questions I want to talk to you about, because a few things have happened for you. But one thing that I love about, and I've told you about this before, but I've got to say it in public now. One of the things I love is I love your Instagram. I like what you do on your Instagram, because you just go around with your camera and you're taking random photos. And I've sent you a few messages over the time. I can't remember what the last one was. I think it might have been a tank or a car that you took.
Sounds about
a photo.
Right.
So what's making you do that? What have you got that interest in those photos?
I mean, for me, it seems like it's like second nature in a way. Like I take a camera most places I go, and if I see something that's got just like the sun on it in a certain way, to me it looks interesting. But it, like you say, it could be a bin full of like empty cans or whatever. But just because of the colours of it or whatever, and I think like I just take a picture and move on, and then I'll find out like in a couple of weeks if it's good or not when I've got them developed, or like, you know, but there's no intention behind it when I go. I just quite like making like mundane things look nice. Yeah.
And so you're using when you say you're getting developed, we're still talking old school here then?
We're talking old school, Mike. Yeah, I've got I only have film cameras. I don't have a digital camera. So
brilliant. And are you doing it there, or are you taking it somewhere to get it?
A bit of both. I did it like at the beginning of all like the lockdown and stuff. I was just doing it in the bath. It's like Breaking Bad, but I wasn't making crystal meth. I did it a lot of it myself, and then now that like some of the labs have opened again, they're just better at it than me anyway. So it's just like easier to just drop it off. You know?
Okay, and so the important question is here, and we talked about this about 2 or 3 years ago when I came up to your house and we did an interview. And I know you've always had the camera with you with the band. Yeah. You've always taken photos. So are we going to see any displays, a book? Are we going to see any of this?
I do. I mean, it's something that's on my like list of things to do. Yeah. I've got to a point now where there's a lot of it, and I need somewhere narrowing it down so it makes sense as like it's like one body of work, I suppose. And I also I really don't want to do the obvious thing of like someone in a band does a rock photography book.
Yeah. No.
Much as I'm sure people want to see that. Like they want to see pictures of Al like getting changed, but like for me that's not like the thing I do the most of. So it'd just be looking at everything I've got and making it make sense as like a collective thing.
I think it makes sense, Matt, now, and you're totally. I mean, you're so. If you don't mind me saying, you're so not rock and roll anyway, so you can't be doing a rock and roll book. I mean, that's why I love you and the guys in the band. You know, I mean, you seem to keep that whole thing pretty low key. I think I've been in the changing room and Alex has been opening the beer and whatever.
Yeah.
So let's talk about everyone's going on and on about your hair, by the way. I can't believe
that.
So let's talk about the live album.
Yeah.
Was that always on the cards?
I don't even know if I didn't even know we recorded it.
Really?
Maybe I just forgot, I think. But I mean, well, kind of. That's probably not that true because we record nearly every gig, I think, just for like other reasons. But like, because nowadays you can sort of like sound check without sound checking if you've got a certain like desk and all that. Like, well, I mean, that's no one wants to see how that sausage is made. But yeah. So then, yeah, we knew it would be like. I mean, the gig itself did really good stuff for the charity for War Child, and like the system we did to like get tickets to people raised a lot of money, and it was like in a really like fair way, I suppose. So then, yeah, it was just like an opportunity to like put something else out, like, you know, during a time when we hadn't recorded anything else. So it's like, you know, like give something new, like put a nice like thing together, because that's all fun still, like doing the artwork, like, you know, like the process of putting a record out, even if it's not strictly a new record, is still like a fun thing to do. And then obviously doing a bit more for the charity as well. So yeah, we just like listened to it, had it mixed, and it was great. So
yeah, because the concert, if I remember rightly, was the Royal Albert Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it the one at London, Royal Albert Hall? What do you remember about that gig?
I remember it because, I mean, we'd played there before, but I don't think we did it as like the Teenage Cancer Trust the first time we played it. So this was like our first own show there, and I'd done it with Iggy as well on that Iggy Pop tour, which was amazing. So it's like obviously like an amazing place to play, and there's like a lot of sort of like honor that comes with playing somewhere like that. And yeah, I think it just felt like special, I suppose, like more of a one-off kind of thing. And it's one of them, like, I think maybe not knowing that it was, I mean, like at the time we weren't like, this is going to be a live record. That's what I mean. I know I probably knew that we recorded it, but it wasn't like with the intention of putting it out 2 years later or whatever. But I think we probably felt like a bit of pressure to like perform well, more so than just like another night somewhere.
And did you feel like, I mean, because I know what you're like with your performances, you're never really that, you never really like your performances. So to do a live gig and put it out, was you happy with your performance that night?
Yeah, I think I've learned to like it. I've like, now I can admit when I've done something good, which is maybe it's just something to do with being from the north of England. Like, you're not allowed to admit when you've done something good. Yeah. And but now, like, if I like see clips of that show or listen to it when we were like mixing it and stuff, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's never like 100%, but you always need somewhere to improve.
Yeah, and you've just said something that's really important, especially now in what we're all going through over the last 9 months, and something that's come out on these 100 shows, which is, it's amazing how many drummers, musicians actually don't have the confidence that they portray. People think that, you know, you've got it all together, you've got your act together. Now, and I know you don't. I know that you do worry about your performances. And what mentally, why do you think you've managed to be able to change that? Or does it still worry you about your performances and what people think?
Yeah, I think for me, it's always been, it's not necessarily what people think. Well, I suppose it is ultimately, but it's like I never had the technical background to fall back on, like having like been like educated like by someone like you, or like having any lessons. So that's probably always like in the back of your mind, like if something, I'm like relying a lot on talent, like natural talent, and I do like practice more now than I did used to, and like. But that comes along with like, well, if something goes wrong, maybe I'm not completely prepared to like recover from it. Like some people, like super pros who are like been playing years and got this technical ability, will have some kind of fallback if there's a mistake. Like they know how to deal with every mistake probably. Whereas I'm just like going for it. But that's more fun for me. And like, but it probably, yeah, like I say, it probably comes with this like worry that if you do make a mistake, it's going to be obvious to everyone.
Yeah, and how have you overcome that, or have you not?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. You still.
No, I just like. I mean, with experience, you get more confident, but there's a massive difference from like the first few weeks of a tour to the last few weeks of a tour for me. Like by the end of it, I'm just like not even thinking about it in terms of like worried. I'm just enjoying what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've got to ask you, because so many people keep coming up and asking the same question, and you know what they're always asking. First of all, to everyone, ignore this for a second, Matt. there's an album out, for goodness sake. So before I ask him about a new one, there's an album out now. Go and get it.
Yeah.
They want to know. Obviously, it's going to happen maybe one day, but they want to know if there's anything going down at the moment.
There's like the early stages of trying to write a record going down, but faced with the obvious obstacles that everyone's facing at the moment. Being separated by the sea is one of them. And but yeah, I mean, we're like eager to do it. You know, we would have been doing it by now, you know, in a normal time. So yeah, there's definitely a desire from our end to do a new record, like as soon as we can.
Are you doing anything at your place at the moment in your studio? Are you doing much?
Yeah, little bits. Again, for no particular reason. Like I'm always like tinkering on machines and synths. I've got drums here, so like I said, I've been actually like trying to like improve on things, like study certain things and practice certain things, and that's like probably music to your ears. But
what's like, been about? How many years of we must go back 15 years, Matt.
Yeah. Well, I just got that book. Wait a minute, where is it? I just got this one.
Oh wow, okay. Obviously, it's the wrong way round for me, but I think it's Billy Martin. Yes. Wow. Look at you.
I know.
After all these years, I mean,
I ain't got a CD player to do the play-alongs, but I've been like trying to learn all the rhythms on it.
So yeah, but you obviously you're doing everything. You're doing your DJing, you're doing your various instruments, etc., etc. So you've got a drum kit at the house now as well, have you?
I've got like a small kit downstairs, yeah. That's like, and then I've got like an electric one for if I want to play like at night.
Wow.
I'm not trying to be the worst neighbor on the street.
Wow, now I am impressed. So, have you learned anything over the last 9 months, Matt, in lockdown?
In terms of drums or just in life?
In anything in life, yeah.
I've learned that I'm not that. I'm pretty good at being on my own for like a period of time. Like I thought it might affect me like more than it has, but I'm like quite content with being with myself. What else? I don't know. I mean, nothing major. No like light bulb moment yet.
And how's the Keep Fit in the box? Is the boxing still going?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I've got a bag outside. I've got some weights downstairs. I'm just like making it so I don't ever have to leave this house, I suppose.
Well, I was gonna ask you that because I think LA is a little bit more open than we are in a lockdown in the UK. But I think from what I gather, people are getting out in the. So you've not been able to go into any gyms and
no, it can't. Like now here, it's sort of like every couple of weeks. It feels like the rules change. So it's like indoor gyms have been closed for a while. There's some people doing like outdoor stuff, training in like car parks with boxing stuff. But I just do it here
on your own.
Yeah, I've had like somebody come around a few times and try and do it responsibly, but you know.
Right, and you haven't broken any more bones. You've been okay.
No, I think I've done it now. That's it. Bone breaking days are over.
Well, you're like the $6 million man. That's why you've got all those metal plates in your body now, so you can't break anymore. Matt, listen, thank you so much. Like I said, now I understand what these numbers mean at the top here. I think, like I said, it's now up to 2,894. And I'm looking at this. The contrast of hairstyles is a little bit, so if you could save some of that, send it over. Just on one more note, actually, before we do finish, I guess Mum and Dad are still out in the UK, so I guess you have not been able to connect at all for the last 9 months.
No, I haven't seen them physically for about a year now. Because since last time I went there, it was like my mum's birthday, which was last January.
Wow.
It's just a lot of FaceTime. Yeah.
Well, listen, Matt, thank you so much. I'm a little bit concerned if we do another one of these in 6 months' time, because I don't know what's going to happen with your hair by then. That could be desperate. Listen,
it might be worth it just to see that.
I think maybe we should. Yeah. Listen, stay in touch. Thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you for making me understand what all these numbers mean, because now I do. And good luck with the album, and I'm looking forward to catching up soon.
Nice one. See you soon.
Cheers, Matt. Bye-bye, mate. Thank you.